So, what was the Qigong master's actual technique like? What did she do? Well, she did act as if she had spiritual powers. She appeared almost like a conductor, like a leader of music or a choir director. But instead of music, it looked like she was the leader of movements, right? It appeared that she was leading the movements with her whole body, including her face, man. And so what she did is she had the attendees form a circle, right? And she would walk along behind them, along the outside of the circle. She'd walk behind one person and pause, standing right behind them, and she would be pacing that person's movements. Perhaps mimicking them exactly, perhaps timing whatever she was doing in a way that would somehow correspond or match theirs. So basically she was establishing correspondences, making her movements match something about the person. It looked like she would match perhaps their rate or depth of breathing, or some other subtle movement of the person. And gradually, kind of in training with them, then lead those very movements to become either smaller or bigger. The person that she was standing behind did not see her doing this because she was standing behind them, but they could hear her exhaling and breathing. You know, that kind of thing. So in this way, as an observer, it would seem like she was leading them, issuing chi to them, or influencing their movement. So the observers, when they looked at that, it was really an impressive looking thing. Sometimes she would stand right behind someone making large movements, right? And appear to catch the movement by duplicating it. Like if somebody was doing this, she would also do this a time or two, and then shake her head no like this, as if to direct that movement to decrease. And I don't know if she was doing that for theater or not, but she would do that a time or two, almost as if catching or intercepting the movement. And then when that person would eventually tire of doing it or move on to something else, it would seem to onlookers as if she had reined that movement in, or that she, by duplicating it and shaking her head, had made it reduce. Maybe it actually worked, but I had no way of knowing. And this did make it look like she had spiritual power over the movements. But similar performances can be done with just observation and timing. You see what they're doing? You just match it and you time it to it, and that's the idea. She also used another method to convince the attendees that she had spiritual power. She told them that they can keep practicing this even when they return home, and that no matter where in the world they are, they should start the practice by saying a certain mantra, and in respect to this person, I'm not going to duplicate the mantra here, but it'll be so close that you'll know what it is. First, you name the teacher's name, and then you say something like 到我这里来, which means come here to me. So you name the teacher, and then you say, come here to me. So I have changed that wording slightly out of consideration to that teacher, but I have kept the basic idea. So that means that someone that lives on the other side of the world would go to the other side of the world, they want to practice, and before they do, they call upon that teacher to spiritually come to them, to watch over and direct their safe Qigong practice. So as you can see, this type of teaching would imply that she has the exceptional spiritual power to even do such a thing, or else it wouldn't even make sense for her to tell them to say that before they started practice. So is Qigong a type of spiritual initiation?